How often do you give your power away to those around you? Probably more often than you'd care to admit. I just got off of a really great coaching call with a client, and we were talking about her physical environment and just the general feeling of it and like what you'd want to change. And as she was talking about it, it was like the neighborhood she's in and the houses around her, and she was exclusively talking about her neighbors, which I pointed out to her. It's like, you didn't once mention your own house, your environment, the things you've done or the things you'd like to change. And I think that's a really good example of where we give the power away. She's like, well, these things make me upset, or this neighbor is triggering. I was like, but how do you feel about your house? Do you have the internal sense of, like, is it calming? Does it make you happy when you look around? Or does it feel like chaos? So then when you see the chaos of your neighbors, it's irritating because your space still feels chaotic to you. And it was this beautiful aha moment. And she's like, oh, and we talked about it further. She's like, you know what? It feels really good if I do something to change my front yard or backyard or, you know, in my physical environment, because it's like taking my own power back. I'm like, yes, you can never control your neighbors. If they want to park 8 cars in their lawn, that's their choice. You can look away, but you can't tell them that they have to move the cars off their lawn. You can just not park cars on your lawn. Plant the wildflowers, put up the bird bath, call in more nature, like be the place in the neighborhood that the animals want to be because you're the least chaotic. So, why don't you take that reflection into your own life and see if there's any additional meaning from our cards. We've got the 5, 4, 6 of cups in reverse. That nostalgia is in the air and could be clouding your thinking. While reminiscing about the past, you can help appreciate the present. Keep it in mind, it's easy to romanticize old connections and events. Enjoy the trip down memory lane, but don't get too swept up in the memories. You'll lose your realistic perspective. I think that's pretty huge. If you are worried about all of your other neighbors instead of yourself, you're not terribly present with your own environment because you are looking further out there and worrying about what each one of them is doing or could be doing, or etc. So taking action and checking in with what you have control over. And going with the cup themes around our emotion and water, we've got the Knight of Cups reversed. And just as Gaston broods and schemes when his marriage proposal is rejected by Belle, the reversed Knight of Cups represents possessiveness, jealousy, and immaturity. This card reminds us that your setbacks and rejection are inevitable parts of life, but sometimes it is best to accept them and move on. I think that goes strongly with the theme of taking back control. Perfectly. If someone rejects you, you can't change that. That is their choice. Your choice in the matter is how you react to that, or if you react to that, or if you let it be making up no story about yourself or the meaning that their rejection has on you, knowing that you are internally stable and you will always have your own back and you make the actions in your own life. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if any of those cards, if one or either of those cards resonates more than the other. I love you and I'll see you tomorrow.